those of the Emily Pearl Show, its sister stations, its affiliates, or its sponsors, but it is those of the individuals themselves who express it. While the Emily Pearl Show does take stances on individual issues, the show itself remains an entertainment platform. Free thought is a philosophy and not a policy.
Well, hello everybody. Happy New Year. All right. So I'm trying to get this hat crazy going right here, and I can't kind of get it shotgun style like the Cowboys, and I'll get it in a minute. Okay. All right. So hi. Trying to do two things, walk and chew gum at the same time. But anyway, welcome to our eve of New Year's Eve party. All right. And I'm gonna not waste too much time. Gonna go ahead right now and bring in my great two co-hosts for Friday night show. That is the heartbeat of the South, y'all, and my every heartbeat. My son Tim Harrington. Hey Tim.
Hey, Mom. Hi, everybody.
All right, and then the co-host of the Moses of the South. There she is. Hey Sybil.
Hey, Sybil.
Hi, Happy New
Hey,
Year Eve.
Happy New Year. So,
Eve.
so Sybil, what have you been doing since the last time I saw you?
Oh, just staying warm and enjoy being at home and doing a lot of emails. And it takes me quite a while to text everyone Happy New Year. It takes me a couple of days because there's so many people. I start with my family and circle of friends, of course, and just been having a wonderful time and eating wonderful. I'm still eating on my Christmas dinner.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Now,
You know,
man.
I put it in bowls. I cook a great big meal and then I put it in individual bowls, plastic bowls in the freezer. So I just thaw it out when I'm ready. I cook
okay.
like over a week's supply.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
So
yeah, I know the amount that you told us that you were cooking is enough to last you a whole year.
Yeah.
If but yeah, I know
I
what you're
cook
saying
about a
now.
week at a time or so, 10 days.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I didn't want any turkey or dressing or chicken and dressing and that sort of stuff because you do get tired of it, and that's what you have to do. You gotta put it in the
Well,
freezer.
sure.
But I cook mine. I eat chicken and dressing or turkey and dressing all year round, so I didn't want any at this particular time. So I had the ham, the greens, potato salad, and of course I made the sweet potato pies for myself and Tim
Yes.
and my adopted daughter Sandra,
Hey,
and
Sandra.
and then my good friend Miss Rita, my former coworker for where I used to work, and her and her son Jamal. Okay, so I'm typing and trying to think. And what is the date of the day? It's the 30th, y'all. We got one more day in the rest of this year. So we're not going to waste too much time. We got some guests that's waiting in the green room. I forgot to bring in our regular team member. Okay, here she comes, Jen. Hey, Jen.
Hey, Jenny, my
Hey, Jen.
niece.
Yeah, Jen.
Joyful
Jen is,
Jenny.
Jen is part of the show too. So Jen said, "Hey, everyone." I haven't even shared the show to Well, I already announced it. I've been promoting it all week, but I'm trying to get it shared over here to Messenger too. So can you help me out, Jen, Tim, you
I
guys?
did. I did share not the one that you made, but I did share the link that you gave me in the email.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the one.
I shared the show too.
Yeah, okay, so that's great. I just always like when once we go live, I like to let them know we're live now, and then they some are already in because they are from different we're on different platforms.
Right.
But on my Facebook platform, th- they don't send them pop-up reminders unless you subscribe, and so there are other people watching from other platforms. So our regular folks, our regular fans that we have like Sandra, Ernestine, Mary, uh, Dwayne, and Paul from Canada. We always have to let them know we're live now and to come on in.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Come
let him
on.
know, but I don't know if he's seen it yet.
Okay. Thank you. So Jen, what have you been doing since the last time we saw you?
Oh well, oh man, I lost my Wi-Fi at 2 a.m. this morning.
Oh no.
I'm on the phone with the company, like raising Cain, and they're like trying to help me figure it out. We spent like 2 hours trying to figure it out, and then I end up getting back on the phone with them, and then they tell me, "Oh wait, it's not you or me. It's down in your neighborhood," and I'm like, "Gosh." So they say it'll be back about 9 o'clock in the morning, but then the power goes off at 20 after 8, and
Ah.
it didn't come back on till 2 o'clock this afternoon. One of those days. And then we
Well,
had a storm that's come through. I thought we had a tornado or something coming in because, I mean, it was leaning the trees sideways. The rain and
Wow.
the wind, and oh my Lord, it was. I don't get scared during stuff like that, but that made me nervous because it just came out of nowhere.
I can
Right.
imagine. Well,
Yeah.
we've got guests waiting in the studio, and so I'm going to bring them in now. Kathy, Kathy
Hi.
CC
Hi,
Carson.
Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Welcome back. I think Elaine lost connection, but our special guest for tonight is here, Joseph Love. Hi, Joseph. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi,
How y'all
Joseph.
doing?
Hi,
All
Joseph.
How y'all
right.
doing this evening? Good.
All right. Yeah, so hopefully Elaine will get back in here. She was in the green room, and so she may have had some internet issues. And by the way, if you guys get disconnected from Facebook, switch on over to YouTube.
Same
Uh,
to you.
it, yeah, YouTube or Twitter. Look for the Emily Pearl Show. Okay, there's Elaine coming in now. The studio just told me. Let me get her up here. Hi, Elaine. Welcome back.
Thank
There
you.
you are.
Welcome back. Yes. Okay,
Look,
so Jenny says hello too. I figured you had some internet problems, and I was just explaining to everybody if anybody does get connected from um, Facebook, just go over to one of the other platforms to look for the Emily Pearl Show. You can go to Twitter. On YouTube, though, however, it's a different domain, and I was trying to type it in here, but um my chat part for the audience for me to type in is not working. Why? I don't know. So anyway, oh, I already got them in here. Okay, yeah. So for what happened? So for anyway, here's for LinkedIn. My LinkedIn. Oh, I gotta get Jenny's hello off. Okay. All right, Jenny, let me get you off there and then we go to my banners. Okay, so for LinkedIn, here's the oh, it's up there. Okay, there you go. For the LinkedIn, it's LinkedIn.com and because it's got that video. But now just put my name in if you get disconnected. Emily Kirk, Kirk. And then on Twitter, you just go to the Emily Pearl Show. I'm not talking about the panel. I'm talking to the audience now. You just go to the Pearl Show, okay? And there was the one up there for YouTube. I don't know what happened to it. Anyway, for the YouTube one, that's the one I guess I gotta type in. It's a different name. I have two channels, but I have been using this one. You want to look for the channel, which is the production company. This is the name of our production company, of which all of my shows are produced under. But the main, no, TPS Productions. This is a second channel that I use for showing my movies, and this is a channel with the name that you would like to look for. TEPS Public Domain. All right, let me show that. On YouTube, this is what you would look for. Did I not type it in?
There's a YouTube link on there.
It's up under there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, but you can also show this one. Why is it not showing? Oh, because this one's off. Okay. So hold on just a minute. Okay, I put the YouTube and the Twitter there. This is the name of the channel that I'm trying to show. Why aren't you not showing? It's TEPS.
Yeah, we saw it.
It
Y'all,
showed public domain,
oh, y'all see
TPS.
it?
Yeah.
That's
We
on
see it.
that's on the ribbon.
Okay. It was typed in the wrong place. That's why. Okay. Anywho, Civil. Let's start off with you. We're not gonna have any main titles or subjects or not. I want you to introduce Kathy again for us, for our audience. And our Kathy can just introduce herself. Well, actually, you know what? Why don't everybody just go around the table and I'll start with myself. Hi, everybody. We're going to introduce our own self. That'll be something new. Hi, everybody. If in case you don't know my big mouth, I'm Emily Pearls. That's my stage and show name. And I have been broadcasting this show, Friday night show, ever since 2013. I believe that's right. We're getting ready to celebrate our uh, ninth year this coming up year in 2023. So I've been at this a long time. I spent 21 years in media for Channel 21 when it was Comcast cable television. And after we lost our channel, which was a community network information station, it was called CIN. I was the regional director for that for 21 years. I mean, that was with me working my full time job for the state as well. But I just love entertainment. I love media. You guys know that. I'm a fun person. And I like to welcome all of our regular viewers and also our new uh, viewers to the show and hope you guys will follow us into 2023. All right, so the next person is my heartbeat. My every heartbeat. He's the best thing I ever did in my life. And he is my son, Tim Harrington. All right. Hey, Ernestine.
Hey, everybody. My name is Tim. I'm fairly new to the show. I am Emily's son, and I'm just thankful and grateful to be here.
Tell us about yourself. You retired Navy. Come
Yes,
on.
I am retired Navy. I was stationed in Norfolk, Virginia, and I'm just enjoying retirement. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Sybil, I know yours is like mine. It can stretch from here to New York. But give us a shorter version, okay?
Well, hi there. I'm Sybil Presley, live in Memphis, Tennessee. Actress, writer, author, comedian. I'm also known as the Elvis Lady. I have a book called You're an Elvis Fan If on Amazon Kindle. And I'm secretary for the Presley Foundation. The head of that is Elaine Elizabeth Presley. She's with us tonight.
All right.
All
And
right.
Jen.
Oh, okay. That was quick. Okay. Well, I'm proudly the niece of Sybil Marie Presley. And I'm Jenny. I've lived basically a private life until a few years ago when all this mess hit the world, and I'm a truther. I am presently with a website that's going to help people in healing, and that's physically and mentally. And I believe that it needs to start with God and end with God. And if you're not doing that, then you're just spinning your wheels. Yeah. But yeah, I started this out as a political truther, and now it's more into helping people find their way to a better world.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Kathy, you're next.
All right. I'm Kathy C.C. Carlson. It's really hard to beat that, quite honestly, Jenny. So, yeah, quite honestly. Well, I kind of was a late bloomer as far as the entertainment business. I mean, I started out, like doing a lot of things like everyone does, working in high school plays. A lot of the times I was in the background, but that's okay, building sets and doing a few things here or there. But then I had an opportunity to move to Hollywood and Silver Lake as well. My brother worked in the film business, and my other brother lived there. So I decided I would just follow my dreams because I'd always thought about recording in a studio. But yeah, I was a mom, and I'd have these dreams. I was recording in a studio, and I said, "Where the heck is this coming from?" But then, like God does, He gives you your dreams. So it's a marvelous thing when you're faithful and you pray and you stay faithful. So yeah, so I went to Hollywood and I was green. I almost got a job in a top entertainment company, um, but talent agency, but I was late the second interview, so I didn't get it, and I learned my lesson.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I went to a concert instead. I went to a country concert to see Colin Ray with my sister-in-law. And then I had to drive all the way from San Bernardino to like LA. And a creative artist agency almost hired me.
Wow.
They must have seen something in me, even though I was green. And while I was sitting there in the lobby waiting for my interview, Tom Cruise comes in. And I always thought I was going to meet him, but he had just kind of walked by me, and we kind of smiled at each other. And I was dressed New England style. I had this kind of long 3/4 business dress and vest on. I still didn't know how to dress Hollywood style.
Well, I've got one up on you, Kathy, because I actually met Tom Cruise when he was swimming here in Memphis when they were doing the firm.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah,
Tell me
so
about it.
I was a supervisor out at airport parking, and I was at this outer gate that is right by where they exit to the expressway, and he was in his limousine because they have to pay parking too, and and so the windows was rolled down, and he asked me, and they were filming in summertime. It was hot, and he asked me, "Was it hot?" It wasn't. He said, "It's hot out here, down here in Memphis, isn't it?" I said, "Well, yeah, I'm used to it, I said, "But I've got hair in here." He said, "Yeah, haha, I got hair in here too." I said, "All right then, we're cool."
All
Yeah.
righty.
That's wonderful.
Great.
See, I never blamed Colin Ray for that because I was too busy having fun getting into the 90s country scene. And I didn't really realize that I would end up, getting songs in the country market. And Patrick Swayze would dance to my song Desire in a movie. And that was one of the things when I was young, I jumped up to when I saw Dirty Dancing. And I said, I'm going to write a song for Tom Cruise. I'm going to write a song for Patrick Swayze. And not only that, he's going to dance to it. And it happened. So things you say and think can happen. And when I had the dream I was going to meet Tom Cruise, I had a dream I was going to meet John F. Kennedy Jr. I had a dream a bunch of people, and I met them all.
Okay.
Wow,
So
amazing.
we gotta. I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna go to Elaine next because I want to save our special guest for last. And actually, after he introduced himself, he could just really terrific us tonight. All right. So Elaine, introduce yourself. No,
Hello.
Elaine. All right, go ahead, Elaine.
Thank you, Emily. I really appreciate that. And thank you, everybody. My name is Elaine Elizabeth Presley of Graceland. And I also am the president of the Presley Foundation and also the founder of Alan L. Presley, located at Graceland. And we do a lot of things for a lot of people, which is our main goal. When I came home, it pretty much was about helping people. I also sing, I'm an entertainer, and I will be recording next year some records too in Memphis, Tennessee. And I'm looking very, very much forward to that. We also have some really big things going on, working with some really top people. And a lot of the wishes and the dreams of people of seeing me, of course, what I mean by that, not seeing me, I'm not being like, promoting myself here. I'm saying seeing me with my family and seeing me in a bigger way may come true after next year or 2024, because we've got some big things planned. And if they work out, then I will be, well, I can't tell you, you'd have to wait and see. But it'd be in a much bigger, major way. When I first came home, of course, I had to, the only thing I ever asked my family was, let me come home and be me and work like every other child does, and I'll make the rest happen. And so, of course, I went through some lots of major challenges, on the way. And now I'm here, and now 2023, we've got some incredible things going on, and I'm going to be sharing all those things with the world. So 2023, 2024, 2025 is going to be quite incredible, really. And I owe that thanks to my family. I owe that thanks to Kathy here as well, and Sybil and Emily and everybody who supported me and been there for me. I have fallen a couple of times because you have to learn how to do things, and sometimes you can be taken down by people. So that's happened a couple of times, which really surprised me. But I've got back up, and now we've got some major things planned. And my only hope and dreams, because I've already got everything I want really by being home, is to help other people, and that's what we do, and I'm very proud of that.
Thank you, Elaine. Yeah, I like what you said there about. I like what you said there about when you fall down, you get knocked down, but the main thing is that we do get back up. It doesn't matter how many times we fall, as long as we can find the hope and faith to try to stand back up.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any choice, because even though I had to in the beginning fight, my major thing is to help and assist people and be there for people. When I sing for people. In our foundation, I help people. In my businesses, I help people. Everything I do, I help people. In actual fact, it was quite difficult when I came home, because I had to think of things I had to do in my company. Before I came home, I was a major real estate investor. And so I couldn't really do that, because you're taking things from Elvis fans. So I had to readapt everything in my life, and I'm also an author too, but I had to readapt everything in my life, so it was giving to people only. And of course, I've always given to people. Even when I made money in real estate, I've given my money, away and helped people and done lots of things for people. And it really is my passion, just like it was our fathers,
Yeah.
To give to people. How to explain that is, I feel really great by helping people.
Yeah.
I feel good. I do
too.
I feel the best when I'm giving, when I'm changing somebody's life. I feel the best like that. And I've had to recently learn too, like when I go, places and stuff like that, don't just give everything away you own, because I have a habit of doing that. So now I'm not doing that. If I've got something given to me, I'm having to say, that's mine, that thing's mine. And then now I'm going to give the rest away. You see, not just give everything away. And
That's right.
Yeah.
you know, my dad did the
That's
same.
very important balance.
Yeah, my dad
That's
did the same
right.
thing. My dad did the same thing, and I did too, long before I came home. And you exhaust. Sometimes you can really exhaust yourself doing that, and
Yeah.
so we do give a lot, but I've learned to also give to myself now.
Yeah, you have to, and you also have to learn how to
Yeah.
say no to some people.
Yeah.
So
Bob.
well, you have to in our foundation, our company, you have to learn how to investigate correctly, so you're given to the right people and not just
Mhm.
give stuff away to people who don't really, you know.
And given the right thing, because you know you can feed a man a meal, but to teach him to fish, he'll never starve again.
Yes.
So you have to help them move forward with their issues, and
That's a good
that's
one, Jan.
Well,
that's
actual fact, me and my business partner did that. Was doing that on Monday. We actually decided to, this one lady, we couldn't no longer keep her to do what we needed to do, and so we decided to teach her so she
yeah.
can do it herself and
That's
make more.
right.
You see, so we did that.
Yep.
But when I came home, I didn't, you know, I obviously being me, I've been like my father all my life. So being home in Graceland and being home for our family and the fans is very easy for me, because I'm just like my family, and so that part's easy. But I had to learn about, you know, dealing with the public and all these sort of things.
Yeah,
And
it's a different story.
that was a difficult thing. So I had to learn that. So I was, when I said I was taken down a few times, and my family picked me back up, and so did Kathy, and
Oh,
you
that's
know,
awesome.
We
Yeah,
and
helped each other, Liz. We helped each other.
that's
yeah.
right.
So now I can go into
Always help each
2020.
other.
I can go into 2023 and
23.
do really well, but also really be there for people, because my family picked me up so I could. And the funny thing is, you would say, well, those are the people who brought you down. The people that you're now going to, no, they're not. Only the mean ones brought me down. The good ones are the ones we give to, you know? And
Yeah,
even the mean ones sometimes, when they fall, because they fall harder sometimes than the good ones.
sometimes. And so, by the way, mentioning mean, I do not want our special guest tonight to think that I'm mean. And we have not gotten to him yet. So, listen,
Okay.
I've actually got
well,
a song ready for. Yeah, I've
here's
got a
what's going
song.
to happen. Here's what's going to happen.
Mhm.
These two men have been sitting here so very calmly listening to us the women just go on and on and
Mhm.
on.
Mhm.
So we're gonna take a break, and
Yeah.
I'm going to, hey Doug.
Oh, hi,
So
Doug.
yeah, I'm
I
gonna
do.
Hi,
change. I'm
Doug.
gonna see if I can change this format. Oh no, that won't work at all. We definitely gotta go here. Let's see what kind of format we got there. I was trying to make sure we got everybody above, but somebody gonna be left at the bottom. So I'm gonna have to
Hey, you
try
know
not to
what,
show.
Emily? Why don't you put Elaine in my spot and stick me in the bottom? I don't care about being hidden.
No,
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 I'm
no,
okay.
no, 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 no. It
I'm
doesn't
okay down
matter.
here.
It doesn't matter. I'll do the short comments. I'll work it out in the studio. What we're
Okay.
gonna do now is, please, let's go to break. I'm gonna run about 3 or 4 commercials, Joseph. When we come back, you're gonna take us off running because I want to ask you something. I'll start you off, okay?
Okay.
All right then. So listen, hey everybody out there, take time to share the show right now, and we will be back in about 3 to 4 minutes. We're gonna hear from our partners because our partners are really what's gonna help us grow in 2023, and so we don't want to try to do this without them. We're gonna give them their say as well. All right. So listen, everybody, I'm taking you guys out of the green room slowly, one at a time, and you guys are going to be okay. I'm gonna leave me on the screen talking for a minute. Who am I not taking off? I keep seeing people not
Oh,
going
I
anywhere.
stole it like that.
Okay, I keep bringing everybody back, daughter. Okay, hold on. Let's go. Okay, there goes one. There goes one, and then there goes the last one. Hey, it's just me. Okay, so listen, y'all can get y'all break now because right now we're going to just take a few minutes and hear from our sponsors. Okay, our partners. I gotta watch that word for the men. I'm putting men first this time. Here we go.
Welcome to the Shack 12 Week Shred. My name is Rock Shabazz, and I'm here to take you through the same program that I made for this guy right here.
This program is without a doubt a huge reason why I was able to get fit and stay fit. If you put in the work and stay consistent, you just might be able to keep up. It's time for you to get to work.
What am I gonna get? Ooh, cherries. Oh, okay. How about cherry ice cream? With sprinkles? And maybe a baguette. And a French boy. Bonjour. Ooh la la, baby. You know what I need? Bath bombs. Bombs away! Gotta have Takis. Oh, I need balls. Okay, I'm gonna need some glue. Oh, and a new charger. I can never find those things. And I gotta get flowers for mommy. And a little something for me. Can I get a robe?
All right, I'm back. I was changing the background and trying to rename the show because it was still showing the 901 show for some reason. But it's okay. I'm bringing us back in here. The background is not going to show anyway. And I'm going to see. We're going to start off with somebody's gone. Everybody back?
Except for Lane.
There's
Okay.
Elaine. She's blacked out though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turn on your camera. She may have had to step.
She's there. Elaine.
She may have had to step away. Maybe she stepped away. Jen, you're showing. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'll see if I can get her now.
I'm below.
Okay, there's everybody's here. Okay, yeah, Elaine's gonna come back in.
Okay.
Yeah, she's having that camera issue again for some reason. So let me switch this back to the what I had. Well, which one was it? Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Background. I have my background all changed up and stuff for some. Oh, there it is. Haha. There we go. I got it back. Okay. Elaine will be back in a minute. So, guys, those of you who are there now in the audience, let me introduce our special guest we have for you guys. Okay, we got a troll here. Definitely, you aren't going to get shown on the screen anyway. That's coming from YouTube. And I don't
Oh
have
yeah,
time.
I see it.
Yeah, I don't have time to go in. I can go in there and change it once Joseph start talking. I can go in there and block him on my phone. I'll take the comments off. But anyhow, we have a special guest. We were talking last Friday night. I was talking with Kathy and Kat, and I gave a shout out because all the Christmas carols were playing, and I was listening to 104.5 The River mostly during the Christmas time in my car, but I was also listening to the CD on my dish channel, the holiday music channels, And one song that they really kept playing a lot was "Baby Please Come Home." And they're singing "Deck the Halls," but it don't seem like Christmas at all. And that was Miss Darlene Love, and she was the original named singer as the Christmas Queen. And I made that comment and made that clarification on last Friday, and not Miss Maria. What's her name? Mariah Carey, right? So I showed her picture, and I said that she is still living, supposedly in Los Angeles, California. And that's when Kathy told me. She said, "I know somebody that knows her." I said, "Really? Do you think so? They may come on the show." She said, "I'll see." So hey, you guys, here he is now. Mr. Joseph Love. Joseph, welcome.
Thank
Everybody
you.
give Joseph a hand
Hey,
clap. Give me a round
hey.
of applause for Joseph. Yay.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for allowing me to be on this. That's okay. Well, yes, I do know Darlene Love, and let me, for all intents and purposes, let me clear something up with that. Okay, so I did talk to Kathy
Elaine,
about it.
hi.
Darlene is actually my aunt Jean King, who used to be with the Blossoms back in the '60s. That's how I got my start. I'm a musician. I play bass guitar, keys, and drums. I'm a local guy from LA. I lived in Atlanta and Dallas Fort Worth, so I had got that Southern experience. Moved back to LA, but Darlene originally was with the Blossoms with Phil Spector back in the day. And I used to, my mom, who my father's last name, Love, comes from, he came out of South Carolina, by the way, Detroit. So my name is actually, I inherited that name through my father, had gone through 5 foster uh, homes instead of staying with his mom. So that's how I got my last name, Love. So technically, my name is through a thing through my father because he was staying with her foster homes because his mom's last name is actually him. So, but going to my story with my point out, Darlene, I haven't seen her in 40 years. I know she's living in New York because she used to do the New York rock who's, I can't. My name is my hand. My mind's going blank. Forgive me. With what's the gentleman
So
that
your aunt is Jean King.
Gene King.
Jean King. Jeannie
Gene King.
King.
Yes, Gene
Yeah.
King was one of the original Blossoms. She was actually from Salt Lake, Utah. By the way,
Right.
Jamaica. I think she's from Kingston. But that's how I got introduced to the whole industry through her. But Darlene used to be around the family. My aunt used to have a house in Hollywood Hills back in the day when
Yeah.
it was a normalcy for black entertainers to have those type of things in the '60s. But she was one of the first that I knew of. She had a 3-story mansion. Now when I see all these reality shows, I'm like, I really go crazy watching this stuff because Hollywood is Hollywood. But yeah, but at the end of the day, that was my first, I always say, introduction to music through my aunt Jean King, and I met a lot of musicians, Ray Charles, and different people that were coming up in the '60s. I used to watch them on Ed Sullivan Show, the Beatles, and all that, like we all do. And and so, and I've lived in LA all my life, and I just been back like 2 years. So when Kathy induced me to come on to the show, I said, okay, yeah, I can talk about it. So with Darlene being still alive, she's my mom's age. I think she's about 81, and it's good that because a lot of our artists are dying off, and those who for us who don't have a pedigree. I won't say I'm from a lineage of great musicians. I've been around a lot of musicians: Stevie Wonder, Earth, Wind and Fire, Maurice White, Philip Bailey, the Brothers Johnsons, Quincy Jones, and all the people I met here in LA. And my younger brother was signed with Babyface, so he really had got a chance to do a lot of great things in the songwriting thing. And I did a couple of records with him. So at the end of the day, I'm like all you guys. I'm just trying to give back, give my talent, share, help people because I do ministry and I do music as well. So that's what it's really about. The Hollywood thing is so short lived. No one's going to remember your name. The Book of Lamentations says the kingdom of God is the thing that we need to exalt. And at
Yeah.
the end of the day, no one's going to remember my name. I mean, a lot of people's names do, like Elvis, his name Michael Jackson, Dr. Martin Luther King. A lot of people's names have bigger names than our names, but the biggest name is Jesus Christ. So that's
Yeah.
where I rock. But
Yeah. That's
this
what they call the Blossoms, the little unknown famous group.
well, see, yeah, because they never really got critical acclaim. They never. Despite what Phil Spector he went through recently, I mean, his biggest group was his wife's group. I forgot the name. Please help me for those who remember, because his wife had a three girl group that he put out, and he produced a couple of records on them, but they never got the big acclaim like a lot of artists don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with that said, you just try to keep doing good music and being positive and helping people and just giving back. After the pandemic, we all are trying to find our way, financially, spiritually, mentally, and physically. And
Mm-hmm.
my wife works. She works in the mental. She works with the mental. She's a therapist. But a lot of people are just going through so much, man. And music is the healer for all of us. So,
Mm-hmm.
but really, that's my only I would say my kindred spirit with Darlene and the Blossoms. I used to see them all the time back in the '60s. But after that, I really did. I lost touch with her. I
Lost
really,
touch with him.
I got.
Oh.
I tried to reach back out to her because my cousin Jean's
Mm-hmm.
daughter, two of her daughters, I reached out to them and she got back because we were going to write a. We wanted to do a book. We was going to do like a biography, a biopic documentary for her. But other than that, no one even remembers them. They were just kind
Yeah.
of like they did a lot of background. They sang on a lot of records that you heard though, because they did a lot of background, like a lot of artists do. So anyway, that's pretty much my I will say my gift to the world with that music. And then I ended up playing bass, and I'm known as a bassist in
Oh,
LA.
you're a bass player?
Yeah, I play bass guitar
Oh,
and
I
keyboard.
love this old big bass. Yeah.
I play upright and electric and stick, 4 and 5 strings. So,
Hey,
yeah.
Joe, do you remember those big long cabinet stereos? We used to play those 45s and 78s on.
Oh, most definitely. We all do.
Eh,
78s to
but you
45s to
remember,
LPs.
but you
The-
remember how side that bass used to come out of him.
yeah, you can hear it because I used to, back when I was growing up, before I even played, my first instrument was trumpet. Then it was trombone, tuba, and so I played all the brass and drums. And then I picked up bass when I was 16. But yeah, I remember we used to, the Magnavoxes, the old Kenwood, what was that, the Kenwood stereos and things like
Yeah.
that,
Mhm.
all back in the day. In the 8 track before, then it was the
Oh
cassette,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, AM, FM radio. I remember when AM, FM radio first came on, it was just FM, then it was AM, so
yeah,
we have all those situations, yeah.
yeah.
So,
Even when my stereo cabinet, it was wall to walls. We used to call them, wall to wall.
most, yeah, that
I
guy.
remember. I
Yeah,
remember.
well, back in the '70s, like when the rock bands would play and the funk bands would play, a lot of the, especially for bass. Now Jimi Hendrix, he put the 6 stacks with the Marshalls and stuff, and so they would they would run the bass amps by like biamp they call them. So they run them pairs, two on one side and two on the other side. So like Sly Family Stone did that, the Rolling Stones did it. So the Beatles, well, I don't think the Beatles ever did that, but a lot of them, as the '70s came in, they used to do the biamp. Now everything's micro, and the stuff is all digital. So most of the stuff
Yeah.
is produced
Yeah.
digitally to
Well,
get the
see, Tim,
presentation.
he knows. He's a producer too,
Yeah,
Joseph.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. He kind of set up a question I wanted to ask him.
Go
By
ahead.
you coming from the era of real music, what is your input on today's younger music? To me, it's not real music. So I just want to hear what you think about that.
Well, okay, so so the music won't change. Everybody knows there's only 7 scales and there's only 12 notes. So whatever you play, blues, gospel, jazz, funk, hip hop, R&B, trap, whatever you play, country, western, it doesn't matter. The music is always going to be a human thing that God's given all mankind. With digitization and with the updatation of what in the book of Daniel it says that knowledge shall increase, man shall be going back and to and fro. So now with all the increase of technology, we're all able to do music because the phones can do it. You don't need a studio. You don't need this. But
Right.
the biggest problem that we're having, like a lot of musicians, like when I came up, I couldn't afford to go to the studio. I didn't have like $150 an hour.
Right.
I couldn't afford to have a 2-inch tape. The
Right.
studios or the big SSL boards or the Harrison or all the boards. But I love that stuff. I just got now my studio I have has all that stuff Michael and put into the what as we know is put into the Macs and the PC, mainly Macs. So now you read we're the music is getting worse. I don't like today's music, but a lot of times if I'm producing artists and they ask me to do a particular style, I can produce pretty much anything from big band to trap. So
Right.
I'm not limited. But you have a lot of people that are limited on what they like. So if you're gonna like Harry Styles today or Adele or all Sam Smith, or if you like Kirk Franklin, or if you like some of the praise and worship that's going on, or some of the new rock and roll people like the 1975, or music ain't going nowhere. Like Earth, Wind and Fire. A lot of the now here's the problem. A lot of the we're in a global market now, so everything's global. We all have to
Right.
have global positioning. So that's the biggest thing. The United States of America is not manufacturing good music like it used to. It used to be the progenitor of great music. Now everybody can copy everything in all kinds of styles, and most music is hybrid now. So
Right.
you're not going to get a total qualification of what good music is because when Prince was here, I'm a big fan of Prince. I'm a big fan of Elvis. I'm a big fan of all good music, and whether small, local, whatever. So I just listen to music because I love Latin music, Brazilian music, and the thing is, I think it goes back to songs. That's the key. So like Stevie Wonders, our Elton Johns, all the gentlemen that are retired, Stevie is he's still here, but he's not putting out nothing new because like he owns this radio station. I'm pretty sure y'all know KGLH here on the West Coast, but he's not really doing no new music. And I'm like, why not? I mean, but still, again, with all these great composers that's still living amongst us, progressively are leaving the planet. But there are some great musicians still here. So my answer for that is that music is always going to advance. It's always going to do what it does. It's always being influenced by different things.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you're a composer, you should just keep composing and writing great music. We still have Quincy Jones. We just don't have the great era of like, oh man, I can't wait to go get that new music. I can't go wait to hear this artist.
Hmm.
Everybody, all the older artists are doing tours. Their catalog, like Lionel Richie, I mean Kenny Rogers is not longer here, but a lot of the older artists are just doing tours that they haven't retired. But the newer artists, they're not getting the benefits of what used of the yesteryears. We still have the same thing promotion because I did promotion. I worked for record labels. I used to work for Jerry Goldstein. We had War, we had Sly Stone, and he had some other acts. And I actually went on the other side to learn the business, and that business side, you go learn it, but it's very evil towards musicians because they're very hypocritical. The executives don't care about musicians. You have to understand your publishing. You have to understand everything. And most artists don't have a lot of money. If you want to break a record now, still today, it's still 250,000 to break a record globally or even domestically. So the way artists are doing things today, of course, they're getting the algorithms with YouTube. They're getting algorithms with TikTok. I can't stand TikTok, but that's what they use. They use Snapchat. You got to put this record out. You got to post it here and there. YouTube is the best way to go. I'm on all platforms, but I have yet to make a dime on any of my stuff. I have a distribution through Universal, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna make a grand theft money. But the younger artists, like the rap artists, which I feel real bad, most of them are getting murdered. They're losing their lives. They're not really, and it's amazing. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And go ahead. Anyone got a question?
Jenny, do you have a question? Jenny, you raised
Yeah.
up your hand.
Well, I kind of wonder. You mentioning rap. I recently discovered he's been on the platform for a while now, but Tom McDonald, he is doing it on his own, and he's doing a great job. He's number one or two on one of the platforms. I forgot which one now, but he is booming right now. And I was kind of wondering if maybe if some people could learn from what he's doing because he's doing it all on his own.
But
He told all of these producers and everything.
Ah,
that's the
No,
way. That's the way to go. Independent. If you're gonna be independent, like we all are, we all don't need. All we need to do really is create a platform. If we like write songs. If all seven of us got together and just wrote a song together, then we control our content. We control our destiny. It's really left in our hands because that's how God opened up the door with this technology. And this is what I saw. And I need to get very perfectly and brutally honest in what happened. The year 1996, 97, Quincy Jones said something in 1976 that was told to me. He said the industry is going to change in 20 years. He said every 3 seconds music changes.
it
So the
does.
next record that you heard was different from the next one. But here's the problem. When Rod Temperton was alive, now he wrote Thriller, he wrote Off the Wall, he wrote a lot of songs for Michael Jackson. But when he was alive, he was one of the premier writers on the West Coast. Even though he's from London, he was signed by Quincy. Quincy, yeah, we're gonna do all. And then when I saw his royalty checks, I'm like, wow, this man's getting 900,000 every quarter. So he made a lot of money doing those lot of records for a lot of different people. So the thing is, a lot of independent artists who understand the business of it, they get it. They understand and they go. They don't care. They really are not into waiting on this person list. They just go get it. They post their stuff. They put their records out. They're not even waiting for radio play because it's hard to get radio airplay on the national scale. They don't even want to play your record. 10 million records get released every day. And you got 8 billion people out here. And you hate to say it, the consumer has become the musician. You don't even have to be that talented to get out there now. Sad to say. But it was like somebody, I just had a recent conversation with one of the musicians, and we were talking about Beyonce's new album. I used to be a Beyonce and Destiny Child fan. But I think the point is when you get so big, when you get so much money, you don't really care about the fans. You disconnected, so you're not really listening to the music in the streets or the neighborhood or who wants to go buy your record. She had one record. She had 100 writers. I'm like, what? How is this? The distribution. I'm like, who's getting the money off that? Off 100%, 1% or every person. That was crazy.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
so many writers on one record? But what's going on? There's a cross pollination of going getting old records and sampling them
Right.
and putting them in. So then you got a hybrid of a whole bunch of records. This is what Hank Shockey was doing when he was first sampling for Public Enemy. I mean, I really appreciate a lot of the old hip hop guys. They really showed us the way how music was going. But then people like James Brown, he was out there. Hey, I'm flagging everything that's coming through the gate. Prince would stop you. He would not allow you to sample none of his records when he was alive. Period.
Speaking of James Brown, he couldn't hardly keep a band, but he was so popular. He didn't want to pay his band. But he was
I
so
get it.
popular, that he would just fire him, let him walk, and then he'd hire somebody new. But that was not good for him, and I just finished watching a documentary on him. It's it covers quite a few guys. I mean, singers, but it had a part one and part two about him. I watched him, and I watched the one about Morris Day.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
with the
yeah,
time. Yeah, I
yeah,
met I met those guys when they were living out. Well, Morris still lives here, but a lot of the I got a buddy that's worked with Jelly Bean Johnson, the drummer from the time in Minneapolis. A lot of people want to bring the funk back, but funk is kind of like Bruno Mars is the only one getting doing funk right now. But a lot of the old school heads, they can't find tours like Earth, Wind and Fire. Now Rogers is still touring with Chic. I actually was trying to get George Johnson from the Brothers Johnson, who's a good friend of mine, but he's not trying to do it with the Brothers Johnson. When his brother died, Lewis, who was the funky guy,
Lois, yeah.
when he passed, I was devastated. But like a lot of
Yeah.
artists, a lot of musicians have passed. And like,
Morris Day still living though, right?
who's that?
Morris
Morris?
Day.
Oh yeah, Morris. Yeah,
Yeah,
Morris
he's
got
still.
Morris still living.
Morris just put a record out with Snoop. Well, Snoop Dogg actually helped him put his new album out. So he's doing. It's called the retirement party or something like that. So he's
Well,
retiring.
he ended up walking on Prince because he was somebody was supposed to do the lead sing when they first started. They had another name for the band. What was the
The,
name of the band
the
original?
band, the band, well, the band was called. It was some other band. It wasn't called the Time. And the Time actually was inception by Andre Simone, Prince's first bass player.
Yeah,
Andre was going to do a funk
Andre.
album, but Andre
Yeah.
said, "No, you guys took." He whispered the idea to Prince, and Prince is notorious. And I know this
I
for a
know,
fact.
right?
He's notorious
Yeah,
for stealing ideas, and even though Prince
yeah.
is a genius, he
Look,
will he will literally.
Prince was a Virgo, so I know how. Yeah,
I'm a Virgo, but I ain't
Oh,
gonna.
you get out of
I'm
it.
not
Get
trying to
out of the
scare y'all.
city, man. Really?
That's great.
No,
Get
no.
out
Prince,
of it.
Prince was a Gemini.
Oh, you're right. I'm thinking about another.
No,
I'm thinking about Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson and Beyonce were
Michael
Virgos.
Jackson was a Virgo.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
so,
right. But yeah,
but
but the relationship between Prince and his astrological sign why I was aware of it was because my mom was a
So
Gemini.
Gemini. Yeah. Well,
And they had those split personalities, man.
Oh. Yeah.
It works for a lot of them. Don't worry. I love Geminis.
I-
But
I-
I'm
my youngest son's a Gemini, so I know. But
They got those twin personalities,
yeah,
man.
they do. But yeah, as far as the artists today, I just think that it's a lot of people say it's a great time for because we all, as we get older and as we see the younger generation come, it's a different time. They're not gonna sit down and take what we would. I was very boisterous how I was as a musician. I wasn't sitting up there like, you ain't gonna rob me of my money. No, you're not gonna take this one. You're not taking my publishing. That's why I never had no major deals. I got signed to one lousy deal when I was 19 years old, and I vowed never to sign a deal. I've seen the deals. I've seen the $50 million deals, the $100 million deals, and I've sat with artists. I literally walked out of rooms how people are. I'm just like, no, I'm not doing it. I don't care. So, and I wouldn't care who's on the stage. I wouldn't care whatever. I just won't bow down to people. I've just been like that all my life.
Emily, can I
Yeah.
mention one thing? Because Joseph said he had a real great story about Phil Spector, and I want to hear this.
Okay, well, let's go to break before we do that. We got some more partners to recognize.
All right.
Okay. All right, so we'll take everybody out. We'll be right. We'll come on back. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to take everybody out and give everybody a 5-minute break. Everybody take 5. Leaving me on the screen, and I'm having some problems with the comment section for the stream tonight. Nobody's comments is coming through with mine, and that's probably because I run the studio and I'm with my phone. I also have the studio stream down on my, downloaded on my phone as well. Yeah. And so, anyhow, let's just go to break. I'm tired.
I'd like to be what I am now. I should know better why not. Life is mine, it's a fact. I'd like to be what I am now. I should know better why not. Life is mine, it's a fact. Wake up in the morning and I picture myself flying in the sky. I'm a bird, it's not a lie. And now that I'm diving through the oceans of my dreams, I want them so bad to become reality. I'm a daydreamer. I'm a daydreamer. I'm a daydreamer. I'm a daydreamer.
So, are you going to Amy's wedding?
I don't have the money.
Yeah, you do. Who are you? I'm you, from the future. And I just got paid.
And I'm Dave. I can get you up to $500 of your future money now.
Up to $500 instantly?
Instantly.
That's amazing. Oh, who's he? Oh, this is Paolo. We met at the reception. Hi. Hola. Hello. Paolo. That's me.
Download Dave and get up to $500 instantly.
A VPN is great for security and privacy. By hiding your IP address and encrypting your traffic, it shields your data from snoopers and all kinds of cyber attacks. But its protection scope is limited. So, NordVPN is becoming more than just a VPN. We're introducing a brand new feature to the desktop apps, Threat Protection, and it's going to take your digital security to the next level. Once you enable it on your NordVPN app, Threat Protection will guard your device against malicious websites, malware, trackers, and intrusive ads, even if you're not connected to a VPN server at the time. That's right, when you switch it on, it'll stay on, regardless of your VPN connection. Let's take a look at how it can improve your cybersecurity. Online, one wrong turn can spell disaster for your private data, but not with Threat Protection. It blocks dangerous websites that might potentially host malware, even if you click on a dangerous link by accident. Next up, Malware Protection. If you accidentally download an infected file, it's not the end of your devices just yet. Threat Protection scans every file you download. If a file turns out to be infected, it gets deleted immediately before it can wreak havoc on your computer. Most websites you enter are stuffed with trackers that follow you from one page to another. creating a unique profile of who you are and what you like. Threat protection blocks trackers, so you can surf the net with more privacy. Ever opened a web page only to be bombarded with intrusive ads and loud autoplay videos? Well, they're not only annoying, some of them can actually be a cyber threat. Threat protection blocks the intrusive and malicious ads on the spot. So, how do you take your device security to the next level? Make sure you have the latest NordVPN app version on your computer. Then open it and click on the little shield. It's the threat protection icon. Toggle the switch on and enjoy ultimate security. You can also find Threat Protection Lite on your mobile apps, but it won't block trackers or malicious files on your phone just yet. Step up your cybersecurity and stay safe.
All right, so I'm back and I'm going to head up. Just wanted to remind you guys, be sure to watch our movie that's playing on Tubi TV free of charge. Title of the movie is M Pearls AAL, the movie. And you really don't have to type all of that. If you go to the Tubi channel, even on your TV or on any voice, okay, I'll get you, Elaine. Okay, the studio just told me you joined. Yeah, you were having your camera difficulty. I remember. I mean, I saw that during break. But yeah, you can watch it on your TV channels, on your regular TVs, also on all your devices. Just download the Tubi app. It's free to watch. Okay, you do have to register for an accountant. That's all. Also, please do go to our one page partner link up page, and I have that down there for you in one place. All of our partners, you will find their websites on the page, which is wlo.link/@ Pearls. All right. All right. I'm going to get that off of there. And then I'm going to bring everybody in so that you can see them, because if I don't remove that right now, somebody at the bottom will be blocked. Okay. So let me get that off of there. All right. So bring them all, everybody back in. Let's bring in our special guest first, and we'll see where he's going to end up showing. I'm bringing in the bottom people first this time, and then we're going to the middle and on to the top. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, we'll switch our positions. We put some people at the top, and now we got some changes. That's okay, though. Now we got, at least we got the special guest for tonight in the middle. All right.
Where's Kathy?
Kathy.
Oh, wait. I know I was missing somebody. Hold on, Kathy. I'm coming. Kathy. There she goes. Okay. All right, Kathy. Sorry about that, Kathy.
We're playing musical chairs.
Yeah.
That
was fun.
On your subject there, Joseph, everybody, okay, all there's two types of artists. There's ones that do it for love, which is unintended. There's ones that do it for love, and there's ones that do it for love and money. And now the thing is, okay, I would say 95% of people do it for love, so therefore they don't really receive their royalties. But every single artist, whether you're just a very small artist or whether you're a very large artist, you get royalties. However, it's like everything else, it's business. It's a business. So even though it's your career and you love doing music, you can say to your clients, it's about business as well. You have to learn the business part as well to get that right, then go and sing. So when you said you have a lot of artists out there who can't sing sometimes maybe, but they're popular, and the ones who can sing and maybe not popular, is because that one who can sing really well is doing it for love. And the one who's not a very good singer maybe is understanding the business side and is more popular because he's doing it for love and money, and he's got that right. And so therefore he has the money to continue and grow. So the first thing an artist must do is establish themselves as a business person and an artist together, which is very hard, because if they're just doing it for love and they don't care about anything else, they're not going to be getting their royalties. The royalties are made, they're just not received. Okay?
Most definitely. That's the thing that I tell most artists that I deal with. I tell them, I teach them the business side of it, because it is a business, and I learned that from when I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
A gentleman that my dad used to go. My dad used to sell Amway back in the '70s, and it was a gentleman by the name of Paul Gayton. Paul wrote for Nat King Cole, and I remember going to his house and seeing his awards, and he had all these ASCAP and these BMI awards for his publishing. My father talked to Paul. He said, "Hey, Paul," he says, my son's a musician." I said, "Yeah, okay, son. What do you play?" I said, "Play trumpet." He said, "Now let me ask you a question. What do you know about music business?" And you talking to a little young black kid. I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, what, music publishing? He said, yes, that's the key. Now, the only reason why I say that is because I saw that on his wall. But I've been in publishing ever since I was 17. I got into it because I studied the business side of it when there were no classes, when there were no, I try to study everything. You study the backs of,
Well, there really isn't now, because see,
no, it isn't.
there's there's a lot of bits and pieces you have to do to receive all your royalties.
Oh, most definitely.
And as you know, if they don't do those things, they're not going to receive the royalties. And if you miss one, you're going to receive your royalties.
Well, the thing is, you have to belong to some societies. Harry Fox is one of them. You have to belong to the collection agencies for the PROs, which are the performance rights organizations. I'm with CSAC, ASCAP, and BMI, and I only made some money with BMI when I first got some publishing money with a little gold record I got through co-working with my brother.
Yeah.
And watching, I'll just say for me, watching a lot of the writers that were getting on radio and they were getting royalties, such as Babyface, who's one of the most prolific writers, who was writing with everybody from Eric Clapton to Boyz II Men at that time in that era. Then you had Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and then you had we come from the era from Burt Bacharach, Paul Simon, and all those writers back in the day. Neil Diamond. I listened to everything. But what I'm saying is, in today, there are no publishing situations. You know, most of the writers, like the gentleman, him and Nile Rodgers, they're selling. I forgot the name of the company. It's called Hypnosis, I think it is. That they're buying up most everybody's catalogs right now. And recently, I think Justin Bieber sold his catalog for $200 million. Taylor Swift sold, through her company, she didn't want to sell it, but the gentleman that was under Jermaine Dupri, who actually who was he representing? Chance the Rap? I don't know. It wasn't Chance the Rapper.
You know the best way to survive in the music business right now is to not only learn the music business yourself, and so you're earning your royalties, so you get a monthly royalty check, but also buy up other popular artists who are receiving the royalties, and therefore you're getting their money too.
Yeah, most definitely. We know that. We know that those artists who had catalogs and who were able to sustain themselves pre-pandemic and had money already are going to make it. I mean, new artists are still making. It's always new money to be made. It's like any investment. Like you talked about real estate. My stepfather was a real estate agent, and before he passed, he taught me about real estate. Now, I never made a lot of money in real estate, but if you're going to be recession-proof in this today's society, you have to, especially, let's just don't talk music. You have to know the business side of it. You have to have non-recession. You have to have recession-proof income, which is residual income every month. So you have to brand yourself. You have to find endorsements. You have to find, just like someone taught me, Joseph, you have to treat this record industry as like you're playing MLB. You have to be a sports agent to really be in this industry now.
So that's why we need to get out to the people, because a lot of us don't understand that. They think,
they don't.
What they think is we're not receiving any royalties. The real answer is you're not receiving all your royalties, because the actual royalty rate is quite good. It's 3 to 7% on some things, and $25 minimum per play on radio. Stuff like. So if you really get all the royalty, if you get everything in line, the royalties aren't really that bad. Because when you miss bits and pieces, like if you don't own a publishing company, you're going to lose half your royalty.
You're gonna lose half your that. But see, the other thing we need to get to is like the streaming sites need to raise their royalty rates to a penny. A penny's a penny. I don't get a penny 0.0034 cents or 0.000012 cents like Spotify or a lot of disco kids are getting all the money. There's a bug in my face. They're getting the royalties, but the record labels are going behind our back. They're paying these companies, invested in them, but the catalogs. So they're doing backdoor deals, and nobody's talking about that.
Well,
And we know it.
well, I'm going to talk about that right now. One of the biggest myths, okay, is when somebody says publish your records through us, you keep 100% of your music
I
publishing
know,
royalties.
right?
It's true, you do get 100% of your
You
music
do get
publishing,
100%.
which is only 50% of your royalties.
Exactly.
Right, Emily?
But
It
see,
is.
That's the biggest scam ever, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what somebody tells you back in the day. They give you 80-20 deals. Okay, so let's talk about how they're doing artists. Well, like hip hop artists, Master P,
360.
the 360 deals is based upon what Quint, I was going to say that before we went to break. The 360 deals came because the record labels back turn of the century had the triple threat artists. They could sing, they could dance, and they could act.
They sure could.
That's what the 360.
Yeah.
So the film studios back in the day when it was MCA, MGM, or whatever, they had publishing. They had the record label, they had the publishing, and they had access to putting movies out. So that's why we see G. Entree. We see your father Elvis, who was a part of that. We saw Michael Jackson never really got to do Prince.
That right there, you see, my dad only received 50% of royalties. However, he received, well, first, we take Colonel Parker out of the picture because Colonel Parker made him. We leave it like that. But we take away the money he might have made extra above the 50%. We'll leave that just assume it's 50%. He still got 25% more than the people today.
Yeah, well, his royalty rate was high. So like you get Janet Jackson. Okay, Richard Branson. When I was working over at A&M for the little stint, I worked over there. Richard Branson started Virgin Records. He gives. I remember when she had Rhythm Nation out, and I happened to be walking into the office over there on La Brea, and who was it? I think it was Herb Albert was coming out, and he was happy as a lark. They had just sold A&M to Polygram for $467 million. I mean, I wasn't making no money, but the business, how they do business on that level, Richard just comes over and said, "Hey, man, I want." She was at the end of her contract, gave her an $80 million deal. Her royalty rate was high, and this is when they were giving these exponential, these deals out. Michael Jackson, Sony gave him a $1.5 billion deal over a 15-year spread back in 1988, and nobody talked about that. So,
and he actually owns 51% of Sony.
Well, he did, but you got to remember that the state Sony got all that back 100% because the 50% they gave back, they bought it back for $250 million and gave that back to Catherine, his mom, and I met her a long time ago. So Michael Jackson's name is still, it'll say Sony Michael Jackson, but now it just says Sony. It doesn't say Michael Jackson.
They worked that poor child to death.
I know.
Well, they killed. Well, I'll say I'm gonna keep it real. There's a lot of people getting hurt behind a lot of deals back then. I mean,
that's right. They do. Aretha was the same way. Her daddy just worked her to death. You know.
Well, I've had guns pulled on me in the studio to take my money, take my masters, and I was like, "No, you don't have to shoot me. I'm just keeping it real. I'm not gonna dirty people." When I work with Death Row and Suge Knight, I saw the dirt of the dirt, and I know that Mafia was running it. I'm not afraid to talk about it because it's still there, but it's a very subliminal way. You know, it's a whole different mindset of how they do it. The devil is real, and people will kill you they will kill you for your masters. It's a horrible. It's a Hollywood. I mean, now it's everywhere. You can go to New York, you can go to Nashville, you can go to whatever. I mean, it's Christian music is the same way. People think, oh, because I praise the Lord, man. No, don't do that to me.
Joseph, can Elaine say something? I'm sorry.
Yes. All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, when it comes to deals, okay, there's also honest deals as well, where, like, for instance, somebody comes to me and they want me to sing one of their songs, they're gonna be paying quite a bit of money. But it's not because I'm trying to rip them off, it's because they're gonna get the record more popular, and that's the way my dad worked as well.
Yeah.
So that business strategy is quite good and quite honest.
Right.
However, somebody did originally try to start, when I came home, somebody tried to steal in Hollywood my story, my book, my Kid of the King book. And they tried to steal that, but being a shrewd business lady, luckily, touch wood, because you can make mistakes and get taken. But I stopped from doing that in Hollywood, and they were literally they were literally trying to say they're going to come off me and all that stuff. And I said, great. I said, come along. I said, but you're not going to be stealing my book. I'm telling you.
That's
So they
right.
were really angry. But you
I
know,
know.
how dare
I
you?
told
How dare
some-
you come to Graceland? How dare you come? You know, I work cases, and we won 100% of our cases last year. How dare people try to come to Graceland and take from our family?
That's
Well,
right.
I don't blame you, but I only think that like what I just saw what happened to Prince family ain't getting a dime out of that money, you know,
That's
and
pitiful.
even though they went to the court, Michael Jackson Neverland got taken away from him. I mean, some people been able to be grandfathered in,
Yeah.
but I hate to say a lot of don't take this wrong, don't take it personal. A lot of black artists are just getting ripped off. A lot of white artists are getting ripped off. A lot of Asian artists are getting ripped off. A whole lot of people just not getting
Well, everybody's going to get ripped off if they don't
yeah.
learn it.
If they don't know the business,
Gotta know the business.
you got
That's
to know
right.
the business. The business side of it. For me, because like I said, you from the streets of LA, and it doesn't really matter where you're from. The hood is the hood, no matter where you live. But the streets of LA, people understand. Like LA at one time, it's still that way. This is a gangland city. This is where some bloods live here. So that taught me you got to be ruthless. My stepfather from New York said you got to be kind, but you got to also understand this.
You got to protect your
You got to
back.
protect your vested interest, which is you.
Yeah.
You have to be selfish, but you have to be able to be giving love. But even love doesn't pump itself up. Love, I don't really. I just talk about all the things that I've seen and gone through as a musician, as a businessman. I'm not the richest, of course. I'm not. I still struggle being in this business. I still struggle trying to make a dime to get a dollar. And I know the business very well, but the people around me, they don't want to pay you what you're worth. You
I
know, hate
know.
to say it. And at
We're
the end
gonna
of the
take
day,
a little break
go ahead.
right here because we gotta come back
Okay.
and wrap this hour and a half show up. But we all realize it's almost an hour and a half. And our shows usually don't last that long. We try to wrap it up in an hour. But it's a party, so let's just take a really quick break and we gotta be right back. When I come back, we're talking about resolutions. I just want you to give me one quick short resolution because we got to get out of here at 8:25. Okay, got to get out of the studio. So I know you say, well, why is she taking that break? So y'all can think of what your resolution's gonna be. Okay, bye bye. And we're all back, and we'll start real quickly. Now, I know that a lot of us did not get to say what we wanted to have to say on the show tonight, but we had to give our guests their special time, okay? Because they hear from us regulars all the time, and I'm talking about us hosts. So, us hosts, let's be very generous with our time. Sybil, Tim, and me. We'll start in Jen. Jen is a host too. All right. So let's start with our guests first. Kathy, resolution.
Okay. Well, I plan on getting more creative with my music solutions. What do you think about that?
I like
that. And looking to book international concerts, and that will be talking about that in the future. So.
All right, Elaine.
Well, my job is to continue the legacy of Graceland and our father and our family into the future. And next year, I'm actually planning right now with some managers. I'm planning something that's going to be really, really big someplace on this planet, and I will be involved in it. And so that's going to be wonderful. Plus, the company that I have working on being very successful with that, more so next year, and also giving a lot more money to different causes and to helping people with our programs that we have as well. And bring enlightenment to the world and happiness.
Yes. Did I, by the way, Elaine, did I tell you how particularly glowingly beautiful you look tonight?
Oh,
You look very beautiful.
I'm serious. I mean, you just got a halo all over your face.
Well, you know why? Because I've been for a lot to come home. I was lost before I came home, and then I came home. So now finally, I've I'm representing my family properly, and I've gone through all the rubbish stuff, and so now I come out the other end, and so now everything we're doing is really spot on, and working very very hard to make everything more successful for Graceland. We got some great things, and me and Sybil have got a project too. We won't tell you what it is, but it's called "Walk a Mile in My Shoes."
Alrighty then.
And also, what I would like to see, by the way, just so you know, one of the things I'd like to see um, is I'd like to see a bridge from the guest house over to the entertainment center that we have, so people can also walk across that bridge.
I would like
From the
that.
hotel, not just going ahead and taking the taking the
The golf cart.
the shuttle, yeah. And so that's part really. That's not going to be included walking a mile in our shoes, but the walking a mile in our shoes is going to be very exciting. So people, they can literally, when they come to Graceland, which they do, see, when people come to Graceland, they already kind of walk a mile in our shoes, but we're going to remind them that they're doing that. And so, like in your family, if we come to see you in your family, we'll be walking a mile in your shoes.
That's true. That's
And
awesome.
so when people come to Graceland, we want to remind them, look, walk a mile in our shoes. Have a look at what really happened. Look at, here's the beginning. Here's what happened. Here's the good stuff. Here's the bad stuff. Here's what it takes. Now go and live your dreams. Walk a mile in my shoes. And then people will walk a mile in their shoes too. So it's, don't you like that?
That sounds great and it's showing all over your face. Joseph,
Thank you.
resolution.
Well, no, I really don't have a resolution. My 4 words I'm using this year, and I'm doing this: no resolution, just execution. And I'm glad to be amongst you folks, especially Elaine and Kathy, Tim and Sybil and Emily and Jenny. I just want to. I'm working on some great things this year. The only thing I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna keep going and work it out and keep walking it out and just do the things I could do to contribute to our humanity of life, especially for where we're at right now.
I love it. Jen.
Uh, I too don't make resolutions. I'm kind of like the person. Why wait to New Year's to do what you can do today? But with that said, I'm looking forward to a positive future, and I'm hoping to help others do the same. And that's about it.
Sounds great. And Tim.
Yes, to be more healthier, mental, spiritually, and physically.
Love it. Sybil.
Well, I have plans rather than resolutions. I want to, of course, be more active in the Presley Foundation with Elaine Elizabeth Presley. That's the top of my list. And then I want to record more comedy videos as a Sister Magnolia and perform comedy at church events and special events and do as well as music videos, movies, and commercials, and continue my acting career. My year is starting out in January with my new movie role. I'm going to play real estate agent slash landlord in a movie called Woman of God. And so we'll start filming January the 14th. So I'm going to start my new year out right, doing what I really love, and that's acting in movies as well.
All right. So I guess it's up to me, and then we're going to get out of here. I'm just going to stay happy. I'm going to be happier in 2023 and kind of continue to listen to God as He walks me through my path. And as I always have, I told Sybil just the other day, I think it was yesterday, if God tells me to, I think I would like to start doing the series on the rest of M. Pearl's, the movie that is now showing on Tubi. So make sure y'all catch that. And I just wanted to continue to be loving as I am. And if it's possible, is it possible at all to be even more loving? And I've learned to listen more which that was my resolution from last year. So I've learned to listen to people more and know when to talk and when not to talk. That was one of my biggest problems. Sybil's been working with me on that for about 8
Well,
years.
me too. Me too.
I'll add that to, I'll
I'm
add that
motor
to mine,
mouth,
Sybil,
motor
too.
mouth.
I think we all had that problem.
Yeah, I'll add that to mine.
My dad used to tell me, "Your head is hard as a rock. You don't listen to nothing."
Yeah, right. So I do cause it resolution because when when I not so in the sense of that the modern day term. It's my absoluteness in my spirit
Yeah, right.
and my resoluteness of my spirit that I want to continue to grow and flow. And having said that, I want to thank all of you tonight for spending our eve of New Year's Eve. What is that?
It's the squeakers.
Ah! Okay, so let's get in some. Yay!
You need those. All right.
Thank you for
we
having us,
got
Emily,
Thank you,
and
guys.
Sybil and Tim.
Thank you for our special guest, Joseph, for coming. We'll definitely have
Yes,
you back.
Joseph.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you so much. I
And
really appreciate this. Meeting all you.
Kathy and Elaine are just regulars now. You guys are part.
And Tim, your exercise thing is going to be coming in handy because you're my new bodyguard in Memphis. Aren't you?
Absolutely.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Timothy is Elaine's bodyguard.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Needs one.
Yeah.
And I
You
and I
didn't
got
even
the
know
grace.
about that, did you?
I need one too. Be mine.
All right, Tim, I guess you heard that. Well, listen, y'all, we love you guys. Sorry about the comment column not working, but thank y'all so much for tuning in. We love you. Wish you a very happy 2023. Everybody say Happy New Year.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year. Happy 2023.
Now it's time. Good night, everybody.
Nice.